Hi, I'm Rosalind Gray. Behind my house is a greenbelt with a creek. When I found out that we were going to be living near this creek, I was so happy. I'm going to show you how cool it is. Let's go down there so I can show you around. And on the way there, let me tell you about some of the animals in the greenbelt. There are roadrunners, squirrels, rabbits, snakes, frogs, toads, coyotes, skunks, and more. This is the part of the creek that I go to the most. This is one of my favorite parts of the creek because it's so beautiful. This rock has holes in it, and it's actually called Texas Holy Rock. And it's sold for aquariums because fish like to swim in and out of it, and it's good for fish that need calcium in the water. When the creek floods, parts of the rock erode away, and that's why this ledge is here. The rock beneath it has eroded. This is farther upstream and another of my favorite spots. It has another waterfall and springs. This is a spring that's coming out of the rock. We have almost continuous water in the creek because of springs like this one. Sometimes there is a lot of algae in the creek, like right now because it's been raining and there's suddenly a lot of water, and then the sun shines and the algae grows. When the creek floods, it washes away. Here is a dam farther downstream. It blocks trash and algae from the rest of the creek. The debris and the reeds that have been planted here on purpose filter the water before it goes further downstream. This is a different dam that isn't as overgrown, so you can see how it was made. There are small minnows all up and down the creek. Downstream from the dam, the water is deeper and there are bigger minnows. The bigger minnows eat the smaller types of minnows. And did you know that minnows only have teeth in their throats? They also have really good hearing because of some extra bones around their ears. If you look closely, it looks like a fairy tale place. In this spot, we often see crawfish. Did you know that crawfish can only swim backward and crawl forward? Here are two deer paths. I would videotape the actual deer, but they usually come out when the sun goes down. These are some deer vertebrae. There are coyotes in the greenbelt, and they hunt deer, especially the fawns. Before a subdivision was built, this land was a ranch, and this is a track from when it was a ranch. Here and there you can find some old rusty farm equipment like this piece of bulldozer. Also, after a flood, you can find a mysterious piece of rusty metal in the creek. Most people enjoy the creek and completely respect it, but some people trash it like this spot right by the creek. Here some people made a campfire. There are cedar trees all around, so if something goes wrong, the whole greenbelt could be destroyed. One thing I like about the creek is that I can see the rock cycle in action. Here you can see the limestone layers and how it breaks off and becomes smaller pieces. The smaller pieces turn into very fine sand, called sediment, and it ends up in the creek. If the water is gone, it can all be compacted and become another layer of sedimentary rock. This is a footprint in the mud, and it's already getting harder. Someday it could be a fossil under newer layers of limestone. In millions of years, whatever we will have evolved into might find it and say, "Hey, look, a human footprint fossil." I feel really lucky to have this creek behind my house. I come here whenever I want and see how beautiful it is.